Hey guys, I'm Tutorial Phil. Welcome back to my channel. I have a special unboxing for you today. I know I had previously unboxed the Louis Vuitton, my holy grail item, and I'll link the video to this description if you haven't seen that yet. It was from my Paris haul, and this item actually I ordered last summer, so it's been about almost 9 months, I think. Are you ready to check out the item? This is the Courrier Lozine trunk. This is the 110 size, which is the largest standard size that they make. What's special about this one, as you can see, is it is the Monogram Eclipse canvas, which was only introduced, I think, 2.5 to 3 years ago during one of the men's fall winter shows. So this option is actually fairly new. Also, the metal hardware is slightly darker than your regular metal hardware that you get from other pieces because this should be ruthenium plated, which is similar to what they use for the Monogram Eclipse bags. And then the black bars, they are wood, but they've been stained black, but on closer look, you'll be able to see some of the grain patterns. So that's pretty much the difference between this one and the regular one that they have on the website, which retails now for $34,000. But this item, since it's a newer version and because of the difference in the materials, it's actually more expensive than the regular Monogram version. I only customized the regular options, so I didn't add any compartments or anything. But due to the difference in the wood, the hardware, and the canvas, this piece is $36,000 in the US. So it's $2,000 more than the regular Monogram version. And the lock in the front says Louis Vuitton made in France in one of the sides. This is like the one that's looks like an elephant head. And then on each side is another lock, which is the smaller ones. And it has the engraved LV, which is in a line version rather than the one you see here. And these black bars are also on top, so there are 3 on the top and then there are 2 on the front and back. And then on one side there is an option to put an ID tag. It's actually smaller than a business card. These are the thick leather handles. It's one on each side. Right now they're still wrapped in like a ribbon, and I think it's just during transport, depending on the weather, it prevents the leather from sticking to the canvas. So the sides don't have the wooden bar. It's just on top, on the front and the back, and on the bottom there are some supported, but they don't look the exact same as the top. So that's more detail on the top and the canvas. In this video, it's probably going to be kind of hard to pick out the grain in the wood. You might be able to see a little bit of it. And then for their trunks and their hard-sided pieces, for the black leather, they have the LV initials stamped all along it. And then you have the rivets or these nails that secure this trimming to it. And in this kind of lighting, you can see how the metal is darker than your regular like silver hardware, which I think is palladium plated, but these are ruthenium plated. So there's nothing special in the back, but I'll probably post more pictures on Instagram. Well, you'll definitely see me post a lot more pictures on Instagram where you can see a lot more of the details. And the final reveal is going to be the inside, because that's actually something you can customize too. You can customize what type of compartments you want, but you can also customize, I think, even the material and the color. So I think what I was told was you should open the front one first, because otherwise you're going to put too much stress on it when you release both of the two sides. So this one you flip up, and there is a key, you can actually lock it. Both of these side ones you flip downward. So you flip it downward, but you kind of need two hands, and right now I'm using one of my hands to hold the camera. You kind of need to push it down on one side before you can really release it without scratching the metal too much. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So this one actually didn't have too much issue flipping it down. And you can flip it down further so that it kind of stays on the bottom. And similarly with this one, you can flip it all the way up if you want to keep it unlocked and if you don't want the hardware to be protruding out. So right now this is going to look brighter, but the inside is a pistache color. So I'm going to lower the lights just a little bit. So it's like a neon yellow green color. And I think it goes really well with the Monogram Eclipse. They also have a more traditional yellow color too, but I think this is just more fun. And this has the classic malletage technique where they have these ribbons make it look like a quilting pattern, and these are functional. You can actually put stuff through the ribbons, kind of like a bulletin board, if you will. So you could put pictures, tickets, things like that. And that's what it really was meant for. It was a place for you to personalize the trunk so that when you open it, you can see some of your personal memories on it. I don't think I'm probably going to put anything in it, but it's definitely a nice detail. And Nicolas Jesquier has used this pattern in many of his women's items. So this is the standard configuration. It comes with two of these trays, and it has these like canvas ribbons with Louis Vuitton in the webbing type. So there's two handles that you can lift these out, and it also comes with the key, the lock. The key for the lock this is the holder. Although the thing is there's really no D-ring or anything, so you can't loop this really on anything. And then this is the base model number, I believe. So it's the MZ07611 for the Malle Courrier 110, the Lozine in Monogram Eclipse. So I'm going to lift the first one up so you can see what's underneath it. So there is another tray. It's almost exactly the same, except this tray is actually slightly deeper. So it's the same one, but it's deeper, and I'm going to take this one out for you, and then you can see the full insides. So now both trays are out, and the rest is just an empty trunk right now, but it's lined in the microfiber fabric. So all of that neon yellow pistache color that you see is their microfiber, which they use to line many of their bags. The only exception are the ribbons, which is probably nylon or polyester. And then of course you have the rivets or the nails that secure the ribbons. And then you can kind of see on the side, like right here, those are just wooden supports so that the trays can sit on top of it, but you still have empty space on the bottom. And then there's just a model number on the back on the rear right, which was the same that I talked about. It's MZ07611. I think that's the base model number for the Malle 110 in the Monogram Eclipse. But they're not going to assign it a special model number for every single combination that you can make, but there's probably a unique purchase number for each of these orders. And that's basically it for this. Like I was saying, I'm definitely gonna have more detailed photos. I'll probably make another video of this, maybe what fits inside or what I might store. For now, I was originally thinking of using this as a coffee table, but due to the spacing of my living room, this might not work as well, and it's kind of taller than your standard coffee table. So I'm not exactly sure if I will use as a coffee table. Right now it's just sitting in front of the fireplace, and it may just continue to sit there kind of as a statement piece and as an actual storage piece. Most likely, if I am going to store stuff in it, it's probably going to be the Louis Vuitton bags and accessories and the boxes. Probably a good place for me to store them. I don't really know if I'll use the trays too much, but I could maybe put some of the small leather goods on the trays. And for the measurements, so this is the 110, which is the width of the trunk. So 110 is how long it is, which translates to around 43 1/3 inches. And then it is 55 inches deep. So from the front to the back, or it's 55 centimeters deep. So from the front to the back, it's 21.5 inches. So 55 centimeters or 21.5 inches. And the height of this is 51 centimeters, which is about 20 inches. So that's why it's a little bit uncomfortable to use with most sofas, because it's a little higher than I think your standard coffee table, or at least the coffee table that I have right now, which is the Plattner table. And that one is closer to about 15.5 to 16 inches tall. So we're talking almost a 5-inch difference. Plus I don't have the glass on top of here yet, so that would even increase the height of this. So that is the other item that I'm missing. If I'm gonna convert this to a coffee table, I will need to get a glass top to protect this, because you really don't want to just use this as is and start putting stuff on top of it. Plus it's not a flat surface, so you're definitely going to damage those nails and the canvas. And basically I think that's what a lot of people use these for, is some sort of table. It might not be a coffee table, but it could be a side table or a console table. But you would need to get a glass frame to fit it, and then you would need the silicone or rubber spacers underneath it so that it can sit on top of your trunk but without the glass touching your trunk. So that's pretty much it for this video now. I am probably going to do an update on this when I find out more how I'm going to use it. At the very least, I'll show you what could fit inside or what I might store inside of it. And I also wanted to compare this with the existing Monogram Eclipse bag that I got, because I feel like the color is actually slightly different. I don't know if it's just because this material has a different coating because it's not meant to be used like a bag, or if they may have updated the color since they first released the Monogram Eclipse. Because I have one of the pieces when they first introduced it, which I think was autumn, winter, or fall, winter 2016, 2017. I have the Messenger Voyager, I think the smaller size, because I tried out both of them. So this piece, I guess, might be my new Holy Grail piece, but it's not something you can wear out. The most I can do is make videos of it, post pictures of it on Instagram, kind of use it as my background. So I may use this for future Louis Vuitton unboxings. I can assure you this is definitely not the last time you'll see it, but this is kind of like an intro piece. I am thinking of getting more hard-sided that I might want to personalize. I think this being so big, I don't think I want to paint it. So I was thinking of either the smaller travel trunks, like the ones that actually look like suitcases, or maybe the hat boxes as a next hard-sided piece that I can get personalized. So I'm hoping for more hard-sided pieces in the future, and you might even see them sooner than you think. So stay tuned for that. So subscribe for more videos, and you'll also know when the latest video drops. Also check me out on Instagram. That's where I usually post the most updated content, as well as exclusive stuff that I don't normally post on YouTube. It's just a lot easier to post like a quick video or photo on Instagram than it is to do one of these videos, which I need to film and then edit and then publish. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.